And good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to Undercover ET. Now, folks, last night James did go live and he was just explaining, the process, how he did things. I reluctantly listened because I did want to know, how he did it all. And I don't like to leave any stone unturned. So I did have a listen. And to be honest with you, like I said, 20 years of sales experience. I know when someone's potentially bullshitting. And I felt like he was a little bit. I'm going to explain why. Maybe I'm just, maybe there's nothing in it, but for me there is. The video was that convincing that now I'm listening to what, how he did things. It's starting to raise more flags, which I've just got to leave no stone unturned, folks, and I've just got to do my job properly. So that's what I'm going to do. As far as I'm concerned right now, I've got to take his word at face value. It's a hoax, but I do have questions. And I know some of you guys do in the comments as well. I saw some of the comments. People were like, I'm not really happy with what he said. And obviously you're not happy with the whole situation. Like the outcome. Obviously we're happy he's okay and that nothing's actually happened to him. But at the same time, something might have happened to him and he might just be covering himself up now, So I don't know. Initially, when he first did a live, I was like, okay, he's done a live, so he's let everyone know he's alive at least, which was my main concern. And then everyone wanted answers. And I think, like I say, because people found out where he was and where his family were, he decided to come clean. He could have strung that on for so much longer. Because he had then announced that he was alive, he could have strung that on for much longer. And it kind of went from, I can't tell you too much, but I know something, to I'm coming clean. So that was convenient as well, he just didn't carry on the story for people. So I'm on the fence still. Okay, let's get into the interview that he did with some guy on the phone. I haven't worked out who that is yet. Okay, so this is the interview with said person on the phone. Not too sure who it was. Let's have a listen, and I'll just stop it and break it down. The points that I feel need to be mentioned, I'll break down as and when he says it. Okay.
Yeah, ask some questions. I'll admit it's all a hoax. Sorry for wasting your gas and your time, but yeah.
Bro. Yeah. Well, you don't need to apologize or feel bad wasting my time or gas. Dude, I like adventures. I like stories. This whole thing struck me as genuine. I'm a filmmaker and I make documentaries, so I go out on these long trips all the time.
Yeah.
People, you did, just I've worked with actors and stuff too, so.
Yeah.
So apparently this guy is quite happy that he's taken time out and spent money and travelled to potentially go and see this guy, only to be told that it was a hoax and to turn back round. And he's happy with that. The first red flag, I'd be like, mate, you wasted my time. Like, why would you do that? Do you know what I mean? But apparently this guy's going to just commend him. So let's keep listening.
I tried to make it as real as possible, and I was going to keep going, but I guess Reddit did a good job and kind of found a lot of my personal info, so don't want to have anybody intruding on my family or anything, but yeah.
Yeah, no, totally understandable. But very well executed, dude. Just because I looked through it, I'm like, wow, man, this was very well thought out. Just before I get to it, one, I'm just glad you're okay. And two, I don't regret making this drive out here anyway, because it's like, whatever, all the forces of the universe kind of came together where you just felt compelled, I got to own up to it and admit it's a hoax. So it's cool. Nobody's out there worrying or wondering, if everything's all right. So,
yeah.
And that's my point. Once he'd done the next live and everyone knew he was alive, he could have carried this on, no problem. The main thing was, is he okay? Can anyone find James? The UAP itself went out the window. A lot of people weren't concerned about that. So I do question why he didn't carry this hoax on. And I guess, people found his family, right? So, but again, he could have just said, look, I'm fine. But I guess he had to come clean just to stop people from coming. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, no hard feelings on my end, dog. You don't have to worry about that. If I may, so how did you, I guess going back, when it first, and again, I never saw the original video because I guess it was pulled by YouTube, but when you went out and filmed the object, crashing into the desert, All I saw in the newest video that you released was a still frame. But did you have video of that thing falling or no?
No, I didn't. And that just goes to show that because I told everybody I did. And then
Wow.
everybody claimed that they actually saw the video, which never existed. It was just like 3 pictures. I think I filmed that shot like maybe 3 times. I kind of threw it in the air. I was standing on the hill
Yeah.
over there.
He threw it into the air a couple of times, and then then what? Well, maybe maybe he did. Maybe he's that strong. He seems quite skinny to me, to be honest. But he just said there that he threw it into the air, right? You heard that. So that's a bit of a flag for me, guys. I have to say, I'd struggle to throw that up a set of stairs. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue.
And yeah, that's how we did that.
No way. So hold on. Let me back this up a second. So the video that's released on your YouTube channel, that's like, hey, this is an edited version. The first one was taken down because of content violation. I forget, something not that they don't approve of was said. So that whole thing was all made up.
Yes.
There was no original video, and everybody just believed it.
Yeah,
Wow.
I said there was an original video, but it corrupted my phone. So then I just put the pictures out there because I couldn't really record myself throwing it because then the video would be like 1 second of it in the air and it wouldn't look real. So
Gotcha.
I just put pictures, and then people even claimed that they saw the video, and some of them were even saying, "Yeah, I downloaded it and I have it yet, but I can't find it," and stuff like that.
Wow. Dude, that's incredible. Let me ask about, and again, I didn't watch all of them, but the one where, when you would go into the room by the object, the cylinder, and the lights were flickering. Was that you just had like a buddy in the other room or something?
That was completely luck. I don't know why that happened, but the lights just started flickering for some reason. I'm not even lying about that. Like I went in there and the lights just started going bad, so I used it. Sometimes it happens, like in films, so you get lucky sometimes, I guess.
Man, well, no, great, great work there too. I mean, going up, trying to tighten it and everything. It's like, oh yeah, now you did everything a rational person would do. So wow, good job pulling that off.
Yeah.
What about? And I don't think I saw the Geiger counter video, but people had talked about it. Was there a video of you using a Geiger counter to detect radiation on this object? Or?
There is a video and images of it, which is because I bought some uranium off of Amazon and uranium for testing Geiger counters. So that's how we did that one. And it was kind of off the charts because it's a piece of uranium. So
with that, just show us the receipt, the digital receipt that you where you purchased the uranium. And it clears it all up, all done, mate. So yeah, I'd love to see that receipt. That would just clear up everything, days or weeks prior to you actually doing it. That would clear a lot up, man. That would be like, 100% hoax. So far, you haven't shown us anything tangible, though. This is all just what you're saying. So let's continue.
Kind of tried to build a story with that, too.
Wow. Wow, dude. Man. Very well thought through. Dude, okay, let me ask you this. How long, so I think it's been going for a month or whatever, these videos. How long ago did you kind of plan this or have an idea you could maybe execute this?
Well, I was traveling out west just on a road trip, and in between jobs, didn't really know what to do. And I saw the Boogosphere, and I thought, like, well, I could maybe do something like that too. And the original plan was to maybe sell it or give it to the government right away and have them investigate it so it become a big thing, but it kind of just went the other way to my YouTube, and I kind of became like the guy who had it, so kind of became like the storyline there.
Gotcha. Now, are you into film or movies or?
So he said he was between jobs. He saw the Boogosphere and he thought he could do something like that. I've seen people in the comments, and one person in particular, I'll pull it up now. They said they spoke to someone, who's been in the metal industry game for 20 years, and that object would have cost around $2,000 to make, I believe, £2,000 or $2,000, one of the two. Can anyone confirm if that would be accurate? I mean, look, this guy's between jobs. He's on a road trip and decides he's going to do this. And if he's able to make this, he's not between jobs. He's got a job. That's the way I see it. So I feel like there's something fishy going on. I feel like he's hiding something, because it don't sound right to me that he can make this himself. But if he had manufactured it himself, it would have cost him next to nothing, right? Just the material. If he had paid for someone to have done it, I need you guys to let me know. How much would it have cost? I think it would have cost up in around $1,500 to $2,000. And that's interesting, considering he just said he's between jobs and he was on a road trip. So, no, we don't know his financial situation. We don't know if he would take that gamble, being between jobs. Would he take that gamble and invest in something in the hopes that it might generate something more? I don't know. It doesn't sound like he's smart enough to do this, to be honest with you. But let's continue. Let's see what else he's got to say.
Writing or marketing, or do you have any experience with that?
Not really. I do some like theater acting on the side sometimes, but.
Oh, okay.
So he hasn't got much experience. He does some theatre acting on the side sometimes. No disrespect to actors, okay? But majority of people that are actors don't have any skills in anything else in terms of mechanical, engineering, medical. They're just good at what they do. Act, generally, They might be good writers. They might be creative in that way. But I don't know many actors that came up from the welding industry. Okay, so again, just not 100%. That's just my opinion, my perspective on what he's saying.
Other than that, I made some other videos too on some other channels, but I'd like to become a content creator at some point. But yeah, I do have a decent following now from this, but hopefully I can convert it to people who want like comedy and stuff instead of like who think this is all real.
Yeah, no. Well, again, just a lot of the subtle choices you made, really, I mean, yeah, come off as like very believable. Like if this is a found footage horror movie or something, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was well executed. That's cool. I can definitely appreciate and understand. Yeah, you saw the bigger sphere and thought, oh man, that could be a good idea. And I understand.
I'm between jobs. I'm on a road trip. I saw the Boogosphere and thought, yeah, I could make one of them. I could pull this off. No, I'm sorry. The only people that would decide to do something like this are people that are well off and they've got nothing better to do. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments on what I've just said. Do you agree with that? Let's continue.
Just that thought process of like, oh man, I want to create content. I want to entertain people. I want to create something that people enjoy. And so you definitely did that. You probably almost did too darn good of a job. But I give you respect, bro. It's not easy to admit, hey, I made this up. Hey, this was a hoax. So I'm hoping.
Well, to be honest, if you got people turning up at your mother's house, it'd be quite easy to admit. You wouldn't want any strangers turning up at your family's house, okay? Also, if something else has happened that we don't know about, like his life's in danger, he knows something he probably shouldn't, they've confiscated the object or whatever, and he's now saying this, of course, he's going to admit it. He's got no choice. So, again, it's not going to be easy to admit for someone who is just who's just doing a prank. But it is if someone's turning up at your house. So let's see.
My gas money and time was spent, which I don't care about, because this was an adventure for me. Other people were worried. I'm sure they'll get over it if you're genuine and sincere in your apology. And if you really are, I feel like, man, they know you can make some cool, thoughtful, creative content. So I wouldn't be surprised if people, did get behind you, man. I think you have the power to do it, for sure.
I mean, I guess the entertaining part about content like this is you don't know whether it's real or fake. Okay, but if he's going to start creating stuff, it's all going to be fake. So it will just be entertainment purposes. But I'm just not into that. I like a bit of mystery behind it. This is what made this story big, is we didn't know whether it was real or not, and if it was real, it was probably the biggest story to come out. The fact that we now know it's fake, a lot of people that are really interested in the topic and take it seriously have dropped him like a rock. For those that want to be entertained, you may still follow him. But that's just my thoughts on that part.
Yeah, I was hoping I could keep it going for a little longer, but once the cops showed up at my door and my parents actually called me and they were kind of upset, so I decided I'd make at least a video that I was still alive. And then after that happened, I knew it would end pretty soon, but I just kind of kept trying to make it go a little while. But yeah, then I think Reddit found a lot more details about me and where like my parents work and stuff. So yeah, I don't want to harm them or anything. I'll just come out now and say it was all fake anyway, but all for entertainment.
I mean, that's a legit reason to come forward, isn't it? You don't want to put harm to your family, but you're happy for the world to worry about you. This is what makes it a dick move. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, no, better late than never, dude. So, I appreciate the candor and owning up to it. Let me ask you this. The blue light or the orb, the reflection, on that cylinder. How did you achieve that? Was somebody back there flipping a light for you? Or?
I can't talk about that part right now because of certain reasons. I'm also live streaming now, so for part of the experience, I just have to not talk about that right now. If you could understand.
I can't understand. If he's coming forward and explaining that it was a hoax, why can't he say how he did it? He doesn't have to name anyone if someone helped him, but why can't he say how he did it? I just think that maybe he doesn't have an answer in that moment, and he's like, I can't say. Why can't you say? Why can't you just say, yeah, I used a light, or I had someone behind the rack there just on cue? You don't have to say who it is. Very sketchy. Very sketchy. I can't understand a reason why you wouldn't want to say what that light was.
Understand?
Yeah, no, dude. I'm not trying to pressure you or
The guy's just been travelling and spending his money and time to go and see this guy, and he's not going to pressure him for an answer. Come off it.
Yeah, no, if you don't feel comfortable, you can just say, I don't want to talk about it. So, no worries, Eric. What about, and if you don't want to answer this, it's fine too, but in a couple of the questions you answered, you were like, oh, we did this or we did that. So did you have help from others?
No, I did not actually. It was completely, I had to figure out everything pretty much on my own. And
like I said, I don't think he's smart enough to figure out all of this on his own, and he has used the words we in the past, so he's backtracking here. Shady as hell. Very shady.
Nobody really knew about it till like the last few days, and I had to tell a few people because like people I know and stuff were asking questions too. So
no one really knew about it until the last couple of days, and then people started asking questions. So people did know because they were asking you. They obviously figured it out, right? It's a bit sketchy.
Oh, yeah. So, now you just kind of like, you don't want them to get all worried.
Yeah.
You care.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. No doubt. So, I'm trying to think what else here. Oh, yeah, if you don't mind my asking, and you don't even need to answer, but so the live stream or the live post yesterday, where you said you were, I think, disoriented, had a migraine, and were like walking around or whatever. Appleton, I believe.
Yeah.
Was that? Well, one. Like, had you seen any of the Reddit posts or known that I was coming? Because it was just real weird right as I'm ready to leave Walmart and start the live stream, as soon as I got on, people were like, "Oh, James just went live and he said he's okay and he's in, he's in Appleton and people were looking for him." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah,
It's so crazy.
I didn't see your live until last night, and then I made that one comment I was asking people to step down. And I didn't mean it to sound like a threat. It wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be more like there could be something at my house that's dangerous that you could encounter. But I just did that kind of because I knew if one of those addresses was right, which I don't think any of them were, then
Oh wow, okay.
yeah, then I didn't see all the addresses, but I don't think you got to the actual place. But yeah, I didn't want my parents to be like woken up because that's where I have had the object in the basement there.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's claiming that he had the object in his parents' basement, which tells me that he's not loaded. If he's living with his parents or he's at his parents using their basement, then he's not got his own place. He had the object and was filming in his parents' basement, which must have meant his parents knew what he was doing, right? They must have known that he was down there recording because he would have brought this cylindrical object through their house and into the basement, surely. Again, sounds sketchy as hell, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, I feel you. Man. All right, let me see. What else am I thinking here? Wow. So were you filming these? Did you pre-film all these things, or were you just kind of filming them on the fly as you thought of them, or did you have kind of a whole thing plotted out before?
I would usually, if I was doing like a video, I would maybe plot it out that day. I would never do things a week in advance. And then the lives, I would kind of plot those out too, but those were all live. Those were not pre-recorded at all. So all that was done live, and including the lives I'm still doing. Yeah, I just kind of used a little improv on all the live videos to make things kind of work the way they did. So yeah.
Yeah, no, great job with that burp while you're.
Well, that was what was impressive, was the live video, because you can't fake the lights. It did come on. It wouldn't have been AI generated because it was live from his mobile phone. Also, I just want to touch on the live thing, guys. I've gone live from my window loads of times, and when you end the live stream, it automatically uploads that live to your YouTube channel. You don't have to do anything. So if his phone would have cut out in that moment, which is what we thought happened, it would have ended his live stream eventually, and it would have got uploaded to YouTube automatically. And that's why I was like, wow, what's happened? And he claimed he was laying on the floor for 30 minutes holding his breath, or keeping his breath down as low as he can so that we couldn't hear him on camera. But anyway, let's continue.
Changing the drill setting or whatever from 1 to 2, that came off as natural.
Yeah, I think that burp was real. I probably drank something before that, so I had to burp. But I guess that's my signature because I'm always eating and drinking stuff. So.
Well,
you're a growing lad, aren't you? You're a growing lad.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah, no, that helps sell the realism on me, forward on me. I didn't see this video. Somebody asked, how did you get the radio to go off or something when you were getting close to it? They said, I didn't see that one of yours.
Yeah, I think I used a motor or something.
I think I used a motor or something. Why does he think? Does he not know?
And I put it next to the thing and turned it on and off when I had it on AM, because the motor puts EMF out. So I use that for that. So yeah.
So he can explain how the radio detection happened, but he can't explain how the light came on and off. It's very fishy, isn't it?
Okay, wow. Yeah. Good. Yeah, great thinking. Yeah, I feel like, what else did I want to ask you? So, yeah, how did you accomplish, when you went down after seeing New York, well, one, did you study grand mal seizures or anything? How did you know? How did you know how to do that?
I didn't really study that at all. I just kind of made it up as I went along, and then I had a pre-recording on my phone that I just played next to it, and that was the noises you heard. And then, yeah, the noises and stuff that I made were completely just on the spot there.
So he's claiming that the doof, doof, doof with the electrical currents was pre-recorded from another phone, and the breath work was all him live in the moment, having never done anything like this before. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You think that you can just do that? You can do that breath work on the fly and get it right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that would be difficult to do. Would it be difficult to do first time round live? For me, it don't sound right at all. Don't sound right at all.
Wow. And then what about, you know?
If this guy had this much talent, he wouldn't be thinking about doing this. He'd already be doing something else. You know, or he's got his own metal factory and he can make stuff. You know.
There was speculation and stuff because there was like a, as the phone's face down or whatever, at different points in the blackness, you can see like a light kind of looking around the room or whatever, and people were speculating it was the orb, maybe doing surveillance, whatever. So you just used a flashlight or something else to start shining that around and getting that effect? Or?
Yeah, I just used my other phone. I had the flashlight there, and my phone was on the ground, so I used that other phone to just shine it and got the right angle, so the light kind of came on and off.
Man.
Did he not just refuse to answer that question earlier on? Or have I lost the plot? Let's go back. Hang on, what are we at? 14:12.
Yeah, on that cylinder. How did you achieve that? Was somebody back there flipping a light for you? Or?
I can't talk about that part right now because of certain reasons. My other phone, I had the flashlight there, and my phone was on the ground, so I used that other phone to just shine it and got the right angle, so the light kind of came on and off.
Man, smart tick. And then you were fun, like, man, so you didn't make any note, or were any?
So he's refused to answer the question in one hand and then answers it in another, but he's talking about the light to go on and off on the object. I don't. This is the dodgiest admission I've ever heard in my life.
The noises in the background that people were hearing, were they you shuffling around or no?
No, I did lay there completely the whole time. I was laying there, kind of trying to hold my breath and breathe quietly, so I didn't get that on tape or anything. So yeah.
Man, well, way to good dedication there. That's not easy at all. Especially the more you think about it, it's just hard to do. Dude, okay. Somebody was, I'm on a live stream too. It was disconnect or reconnect, but it reconnected and somebody was like, ask him about the blue light. Whoever that was, I already asked him and he said he's just not going to share about that at this time.
So he's not sharing about the blue light in the background, but he did want to share details of how he got the light to show up on the object itself. Why would you not want to share all the details? I think he's just making this up, honestly.
We're going to respect that. He answered, everything else. So, and I hadn't brought this up before, but it did kind of rack my brain. So when you did the last live video before disappearing, it wasn't like it pre-recorded and you were running it through OBS or whatever, and you just hit play and it played as if it was live, but it's not.
No,
you didn't do that. You actually filmed that whole thing live.
Yes, all of that was 100% live. I didn't really have a script for it, but kind of just a pathway of what I was going to do, and it kind of worked out that way. And then that's how we ended it, and it turned out really good. So I don't have any regrets about that.
Yeah, wow. And so
is anyone able to find the recording that he's claiming he used to make that sort of quick thumping sound and electricity? I'm sure it can be done, but has anyone found the actual file that he used to make that, or did he put it all together, using bits? I don't know. He said it was pre-recorded, so he didn't make it. I don't think. I think pre-recorded, so something that's already out there. Let me know if you found that.
How did you end this? I guess the phone was camera down, so the screen up, so you could just tap it to end it then?
Yeah, and it was just on the concrete floor, so I could just tap an end. I tried to end it like 50 minutes.
Just play that bit again.
Yeah, and
So how did you end this? I guess the phone was camera down, so the screen up, so you could just tap it to end it then?
yeah, and it was just on the concrete floor, so I could just tap an end. I tried to end it like 50 minutes because I think YouTube will, if I get to like 5% on my phone, YouTube will maybe stop it or something. So I just kind of hoped that that would be what people came to the conclusion of, that happened. So, because otherwise I couldn't like stop it myself if my phone died,
That's legit. Gotcha.
Man. Oh, James, I'm trying to think, dude. Man, is there anything else? Is there anything people are asking in your chat that they want you to?
Well, a lot of them think I'm lying about it now, and they think that I'm being held like at gunpoint to say, which, I mean, let them think what they're gonna think, because I mean, anything I say now can't be taken seriously, right? So.
And that's the idea, isn't it? That's the idea. If he was being silenced, and this is what I was saying last night, I mean, in the comments, guys, this is his story he's choosing to go with, and even if he's got pressure, we won't know unless there's an admission. But his story doesn't check out to me. I mean, first of all, this kiddo's living at home. He was using it. I believe he was living at home, right? He sounds quite young, in between jobs, on a road trip when he decided to do this. He used his mum and dad's basement. He hasn't explained where he's got the object from. We've got information already from metal manufacturers. This thing wouldn't have been that cheap to make, and if he's between jobs, I can't imagine him investing in a gamble only to do stuff live on a potential that it could go wrong. Okay, now it didn't go wrong. It sounded very right, and I think if he had that kind of skill and if he was that smart, he wouldn't be doing this. He'd be doing something else already. So that's just where I'm at. Let's just continue.
That's essentially what my chat is doing.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the problem. When you blur the lines that good, it's just, somebody's going to think, man, yeah, no, I'm right. I think he's being coerced to say that. So, I mean, and even to the point, yeah, yesterday when your live videos dropped, it's like, oh, well, maybe he is, maybe it's AI, right? People were speculating that.
Yeah.
So
I even got lucky with the kind of with that first one I did because the audio was a little messed up. So a lot of people thought that was AI, which was purely luck. Like I didn't try to mess up the audio at all. But
yeah, that wasn't AI. I don't look, guys. You can't use AI when you're live from a mobile phone. Okay, you can pre-record something next to your speaker and play it through, or you can create something going on in front of the camera, but you can't do it digitally. You're live. There's no options to add anything in when you're live. Only the YouTube function. So I agree with him, and when he was out and about, I could hear it was just a natural breakup of his signal. Okay, so there's no AI involved in any of it at all.
that just happens, I guess, and people will take what they see and go off from there. So yeah.
Man, no doubt. So, after the past month or month and some change, what have you learned from all this? What do you think?
I learned that if I want to keep it going, I should probably like clear all my social media presence first of all, and maybe not maybe even share less than I did because I didn't really share much of anything. It was mostly the ground, like my feet. But that with the power of Reddit and I guess a few thousand people, a lot of things can happen. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. So cool. You're going to keep creating content on that YouTube channel, or you plan on creating another? I mean, you have the subs now, so you might as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm losing probably 100 subs an hour right now or more, but I'm sure hopefully some people stick around, and if they want to see more, they can. But I mean, if this turns out like,
Look, man, people love to be entertained, and that's where I draw the line, because I'm all for disclosure, and I take this matter really seriously. But there will be people out there that will go, "That was brilliant! What a great prank!" and they'll just want to be entertained, and they've got really no desire for disclosure in their hearts. Otherwise, they would be a bit pissed by this. James, you're going to do all right if people stick with you, and I'm sure you'll have enough that you'll get going, and eventually it'll get bigger and bigger. But at the same time, I'm sure you're going to lose a good 10,000 subs from the 19,000 that you managed to get up to. So, if this is the way you wanted to make money, mate, so be it. I just don't approve.
like everybody hates me and I'm the worst person online, then so be it. But I'll take that as a win. I did want to say too, like I don't like things like the Boogosphere. I think that is completely fake too, because that is something I could have made, and like the
Okay, so he's like, I think that's completely fake too, because that's something I could have made. Dude, if you can make this stuff, get into the metal industry with the machinery that you clearly have. You can obviously bend metal, polish this stuff right up and make it look fantastic, right? Why are you looking for work, or why are you between jobs, my man? So you're saying you made this? Is that what you're saying essentially, is that you made this object? Mate, if you made this object, you've got tools behind you. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments.
markings on there, you can tell specifically that they were made with an angle grinder, like the curves, because they're in like a bunch of tiny straight lines.
Yeah, I actually said if these lines were made with anything mechanical, they look like they've been angle grinded on and done very well. Yeah, but also they've got small round indentations between each line, like at the end of each line or the start of each line, there's like a round indentation, and I'm not too sure if the angle grinder would leave that. So that's just where I'm at with that. And also you would have to be incredibly skilled with an angle grinder to get it right. It's very hard to do little details on an angle grinder and not mess up. And I know it doesn't look perfect anyway, but you've got some real fine detail on that Boogosphere, and obviously they've done all sorts of testing on it as well. So for James to go, I think it's fake, it's kind of convenient that he's chucking that in there with this story. If you just watch Jesse Michaels when he went over there and spoke to people that had actually been doing testing on it, and this is where serious research comes in and the entertainers haven't got a clue, he wouldn't be saying this right now. Yeah? And this is where I'm saying, I don't think he's smart enough to actually pull this off. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep going.
So yeah, I think the only reason that's mainstream and mine didn't get there is because it's done by professionals and they had a professional plan to do it. But I guess I kind of took it a little too far too early by having that seizure thing. So that kind of caused everything to like go from 0 to 100 and kind of hit a brick wall once I decided to end it. So yeah.
I don't think he went too early. I think he had it far too long before those tests were carried out. And I feel like it was a stupid test to start off with. But I would have done all the testing that I needed to have done within the first 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? If I was going to do any testing, I would have done what I could with it as quickly as I could, and I would have pushed that object onto someone else if it was legit, or if I was trying to portray it as legit. Obviously, he wanted to stretch it out as long as he could. Maybe that was why, but, he could have stretched it out longer. Once he told the world he was alive, he could have stretched it out longer. And that's my point.
Yeah, there was really nowhere to go from there. And yeah, it was amazing just how much traction it took off. And I remember, I don't know if I stumbled upon, that live stream when it was at 100,000. And, Yeah, I don't know. But yesterday, before I left, it was at, I don't know, 400,000 or 360,000, whatever it was. I'm not sure what it's at now, but it's amazing how, that thing just really took off and captivated people, and they were really, believing it was real, like myself included. I thought, man, I'm going to go check it out, see if he's okay. If it's a hoax, hey, it's a hoax. But yeah, there was a lot of things that you did really, really well, where it was like, well, man, this guy must be really brilliant or really good, or I guess at times, like you mentioned, sometimes you just get real lucky, right?
Yeah, I guess that happens in film a lot. So
yeah, but mate, you can't be really good at this and get lucky and it all happen perfectly. Surely not. Maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Just got lucky sometimes and had to roll with the punches too.
Right on, man. Well, somebody was wondering, do we know, would you mind, and you don't need to, disclose any personal stuff, but people were wondering if you were in the Discord server or whatever at all.
I was never in there. I tried to join one and it wouldn't let me. Maybe it was full or something, but I heard that there was somebody made one and it had child pornography on it, which that's not good. I don't condone that at all. I'm not sure if that's true, if that happened, but if it did, I had nothing to do with it, and if I did, I would not have been on there. So yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, people were just curious because I know. Yeah, we saw you popping into the stream, some of my streams or whatever.
Yeah.
On the way commenting, so I guess people were just curious. Yeah, if you were over in the Discord or not.
No, I never got into the Discord. People invited me to some now because they found my actual Discord, and it still won't let me join. So I don't know if it's on my settings or something or what. But yeah, I don't know if I'm not sure if that's true what they were saying about that stuff on Discord. If that actually happened, I kind of feel like it was a joke. But if it wasn't, then shame on that person, and that's criminal. So they should probably go to jail or something. But yeah.
Well, dude, what else is criminal is you making people worry that you're injured and driving around in your car with your phone in your hand trying to portray something that potentially isn't there. That's what's criminal, mate, to be honest with you. It's good, but that was breaking the law literally as well.
No, I agree. So do you think? I never got into it either. And one thing, I think people were saying there might have been some sort of mature or age restriction. I don't know. So maybe depending on your settings, because other people were saying they couldn't get in either. Now the person, I got somebody asking on mine, how do you do the blue light cast shadows in the room? He said he won't discuss that. He's discussed everything else. So you can go watch his live stream or run back mine then. But that was the only thing he just said. At this time, I'm not interested in answering. Did you? Somebody was wondering. So would you consider this whole production an art piece or like an ARG, like an alternate reality game or whatever?
I'd consider it an art piece, I guess. I don't really know what an ARG is, but I've heard that term used a lot. It's just kind of something fun to do. I mean, what I like doing is making people laugh first and foremost, but I kind of went a different route with this one to start with. But now it's kind of I mean, as much as people hate me for it, I'm kind of just trolling at this point. So, it's kind of also to show how a lot of things that you do see out there that are mainstream are definitely fake. Because if I could convince people like this with $0 in equipment besides my phone, think of what the government can probably do with other things. So if they make a YouTube channel and have somebody make it and have people believe it with bots and everything, they can just make that a main narrative. So yeah.
I mean, that's if there's anything good to come of this, I'm glad you mentioned that at very least, because that stuff happens all the time, which is why I'm even here questioning you. nothing's black and white in this world. There's always stuff between the lines that we've got to look for. And so, yeah, I'm glad that you've at least mentioned that. It's probably the one thing that you've said in all of this that hits home with me, to be honest with you, James. Let's continue.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Man.
It's also what counterintelligence would say as well. They play both sides.
Well, dude, yeah. It was, this was quite the adventure, man. Again, hats off to you. I think hopefully you learned a lot. Good job going for that kind of serious piece or role. When really, you like humor more. I know it's hard to go that way sometimes against your grain. So, a lot of people may hate you, but at the end of the day, I guess you're proud of yourself. Like, oh, that's cool that I was able to pull that off. Now, hopefully the stuff that I do enjoy, like comedy, hopefully I can really lean into that and put this behind me and influence people with my comedy and have them get behind me there. So, yeah, dude, I think it's possible, man. I believe in you, dude. You did great on this.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I do like making films and stuff and entertainment, so maybe this in some way or shape or form might open doors for me, but
I mean, come on, James, if you like the entertainment game, why haven't we seen any? Where's your work? You're saying that you've created stuff before. Where is it? Let's see it. We just want information. We just want to know for sure that you're not being held, to silence. We just want to make sure that you're genuinely, you have done this as a hoax. A couple of things you can do just to put people's mind at rest is let us know how the light happened. Let us know how the object was made. If you paid any money to get it made, who made it, and the uranium, the receipt, digital receipt that you would have had for the uranium purchase and the Geiger counter. That pretty much will do. That will pretty much go. You know what? It was a prank, and mate. If you, hats off to you. You're saying it's a hoax. A lot of thought and effort went into this. A lot. And look, the only one comment that I'd agree with you on there is that governments can and have completely outsmarted the public on many occasions, and I question you because of that, because it happens on a big scale. They get to people, they use many different people, normal people, and they'll get a message out there or a narrative. And your message in this video is you think the boogosphere is fake. And I'm telling you that it's been extensively tested, and with that, I think it's real. So yeah, guys, I'll leave it there. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments to everything I've said so far. I don't believe he mentions how he made this object. Polishing that cylinder in his mum's basement is not a good image. I don't think he would have done that. We do need to find out these little details because something's not quite adding up. Apart from that, guys, NASA are going to be delivering images of 3i Atlas. They never do a press conference for any old comet. So this is no ordinary comet, guys. They have found some new stuff. They may even recategorize this as a different type of rock, who knows. But they are going to be announcing stuff soon, so I look forward to that. I'll be doing a video maybe afterwards or tomorrow, just going over the details of 3i Atlas, what they found. And if anything else pops up, expect another video from me today. Otherwise, have a blissful, restful day, and I will talk to you very soon. Thank you, take care, all the best, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.